Immigration agenda facing a new test. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals hearing arguments today on the administration policy for asylum seekers to wait in Mexico while their cases are processed. U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Texas, John Bash, with us a bit earlier today on that.
We want to welcome legitimate asylum claimants. The problem is only 13% of people that make a claim actually succeed. But just making the claim gets you into this country for potentially years. That's a huge pull factor for people to come into this country illegally.
Claudia Cowan's live outside the courthouse now in San Francisco with more from there. Claudia.
And good morning, Bill. That's right. You know, there is no love lost between President Trump and the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. Over the past few years, judges here have ruled against his travel ban and in support of sanctuary cities, just to name a few. At issue here today is the immediate future of a program that keeps some Central American migrants in Mexico while their cases are heard in the U.S. The idea is to keep them on the other side of the border because most of their asylum claims are likely to be denied. But earlier this month, Judge Richard Seeborg stopped the so-called Remain in Mexico program, ruling the government doesn't have the legal authority to keep these asylum seekers south of the border and that it puts them in harm's way. The president lashed out on Twitter, quote, "A Ninth Circuit judge just ruled that Mexico is too dangerous for migrants, so unfair to the U.S., out of control." The administration appealed and won a rare legal victory when the Ninth Circuit issued a stay to give the matter further review, which it's doing here today. When that decision was announced, President Trump changed his tune, tweeting, quote, "Finally, great news at the border." This case, like so many others, examines the breadth of presidential power.
This is actually why the immigration laws give a lot of authority and discretion to the president, because something new has happened which Congress never foresaw, was that people would try to sort of shoehorn themselves into this category of asylum seekers in order to get into the United States. No one was prepared for that. It's the president's job to respond to that.
Today's hearing starts in just about 2 hours. Each side gets 15 minutes to make their case as yet another of President Trump's controversial immigration policies makes its way to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Thank you, Claudia. Claudia Cowan live in San Francisco.